When people are looking for money in an emergency, they often look for things like payday loans, or they might look at title loans. So what is the actual difference? So a payday loan is very simply a very quick short-term loan, which you get the money up front and then you make the payments on your next payday from work. So when people get paid from their job, it's usually the last Friday of the month. So they get their money up front, which might be $200, and then at the end of the month, they'll pay back the loan, which might be like $270, which includes the interest. It's perfect for emergencies. It's not something you want to be using over and over because it can get quite expensive, but it's something that you might use for car repairs, or something wrong like a house repair, or maybe if you just need money to pay off something else quite quickly, maybe it's tuition or something like that. A title loan is also similar because you can get the money very quickly. It allows you to borrow money which is secured against your car. So you must have a car, maybe it's on finance, maybe you've been making payments for a couple of years, maybe you own the car. And essentially what you do is you verify this with a lender, and you have something called a pink slip. So this pink slip will temporarily give that lender ownership of the car whilst you have this loan. So you've got a car, let's say you've got a Ford, you've had it for a couple of years, it's worth a bit of money. You apply, you give the details. This is the registration license. This is how long I've had it. This is how old it is. This is probably what it's worth. Let's say, okay, based on that, you can borrow $500 and you're going to hand over the pink slip, which means the lender now says, we own this car until you pay back your loan. So what's quite cool about title loans is that it helps if you've already got a car and it's worth something, so you can get some money, and you can get money pretty fast. Sometimes it's 24 hours, sometimes it's 48 hours. It's also good for people with bad credit because actually credit scores don't usually come into it. It's purely on the value of the car. But what is important is that if you can't pay back your loan and they've tried and they've called you and you're not responding, and it's been months and years and you haven't paid back, they will seize your car, they will repossess it, because that's how they get their money back. So there are advantages to both. I don't think that either of them should be long-term solutions. You must handle them with care. If you do need money fast, your best bet is always to ask family and friends. This is always the best thing you can do, or find other ways. You may find in your cupboards or your garage, your basement, you've got books, you've got CDs, you've got clothes that you don't need, and that can also help you fetch some money, and that is probably more sensible than using high-cost credit. But hopefully this gives you some ideas. If you have any questions, please contact us using the details provided.